My name is Sonia Staffen. Unfortunately, in Lebanon, I am followed by the moniker the Jam and Jelly Lady. That's a good thing, and it's a not so good thing when the preschoolers chase you down in the grocery store. But everybody knows me around here. I've been at the farm markets for 14 years, and I also do a lot of volunteer work at schools, teaching how to make applesauce, talking about canning, and talking about small businesses in general, and how to be in control of your own. 14 years ago, I was just quitting a job where I was consulting. I was in computers and traveled a lot, and I wanted to be able to stay home with my children. I was pregnant, came home, stayed at home, started developing computer manuals, and found out very quickly that children don't let you think a long amount of time while you're trying to write a book. So I thought, well, I'll just take a relaxed time. I'll just play around in my kitchen for a while. Started making baby food, and I was cooking baby food every night for my firstborn, Jessica. And then from there, I decided to make baby food. I was making peach puree, and I'd gone out and bought way too many peaches from Jungle Jim's here in Cincinnati. I bought about 5 cases of peaches because when I can, I usually do an enormous amount, and that'll last me a long time. And what happened then is my girlfriends came over and started making fun of me. You see, I didn't know anything about children, and I figured she ate peach puree till she was 5. I didn't know they ate salads before then. So instead of finishing up with totally peach puree, I went on to peach preserves. That was our very first product, was the Jam and Jelly Ladies peach preserves. And although my husband loves peach preserves, he was not going to eat the 200 jars that I was able to make. So instead, we took them to the Apple Fest here in Lebanon and sold out in a couple of hours. And I thought, wow, this is something I can do with children and be able to make good food for my family at the same time. But what started out as just a small job, I thought that I'd be lucky if I could pay for a small camping trip or help my husband with a car payment. Ended up 14 years later, we've gone from 300 jars a year to 14,000 jars annually. And that's just been a real blessing. Well, the peach preserves led to a lot of other products. From there, we went to strawberry jams. Actually, at first, I was really thinking that people would want more exotic jams. So I did a lot of blends at first. Like we have a 4th of July jam. We obviously don't have any left in December, but it's black raspberries, strawberries, and blackberries. And the blends were really fun, but then I got a lot of complaints after a year or so that why don't you do plain blackberry? Why don't you do just plain strawberry? And I just figured people made this themselves, but I was wrong. A lot of people don't can, a lot more than I knew. And so we started making the plainer stuff. Nowadays we have a blackberry and a strawberry, a blueberry, those are the plainer ones, and a raspberry too. I still play with blends though, I can't help myself. Our best jam at this point is Christmas jam, which is blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries. And we knew what we were going to call the jam, we didn't know what we were going to put inside of it until we started thinking, you know, at Christmas time it's definitely the time of year when everybody spends way too much on food. We all want this big, bountiful buffet to look at. It's so much fun at Christmas time. So we decided to put a bounty of fruit inside of it. And it worked out great. We've sold so much Christmas jam. It's our #1 product at this point. Our signature drink is strawberry lemonade. It's, again, locally grown strawberries. We've pureed them, added them to lemon juice and sugar and a little water. And all someone does is add 7-Up to it, makes a nice, tall, cool drink. It sells great in June when everybody's hungering for strawberries. And it sells great at Christmas time and New Year's because it's a nice, pretty red color. And another reason it sells well at New Year's is because some people, not me, like to put vodka and gin and tequila and such in it. My children don't get that version, actually. They get strawberry lemonade poured over ice cream, and then we add 7-Up to it. It blows up into a big soda. One thing that makes our product quite unique is because we began with farm markets as our first place of business, over the years I've gotten great relationships with all the farmers in Warren County. For example, the first farmer I had a relationship